Copyright Fair Use Notice titled 17 U.S. Code Section 107 through 118 of the Copyright Law. All media in this video is used for the purposes of review and commentary for fair use. All footage and music and images used belong to their respective copyright owners. All review material is meant for all ages and are looked at from an adult analytical perspective. Viewers under the age of 13 should not watch.
Gao, transform me. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Paperfame Kings here, and we are back with a Magical Girl series, and we are tackling a Precure retrospective. Yes, Precure, one of the many popular Magical Girl series. It has spanned multiple generations, multiple incarnations. There is the good, the bad, and the what the heck, we're not touching this. But you don't have to worry about that today, because we are tackling Precure Splash Star.
Yes, for those of you who are just now finding us, we each gave our opinions a while back over on our Precure Reactions video, and we may do a retrospective of the OG, but only the first two episodes, so you can get a taste of what that might sound like. Anything beyond that, you're gonna need to get a red pass.
Yeah, certain seasons we will be down to tackling for the channel. A heads up, if you've never seen one of our retrospectives before, we've been juggling around different ideas on how we were going to handle certain things. We are actually going to be handling retrospectives going forward as of the time of this recording with a 5-point system for retrospectives, where we will be still judging things out of 1 to 5, but we will be having 5 subjects: animation, characters, plot, importance, and entertainment. Why are we doing this? Because with all anime, some episodes are kind of fillery, some episodes, even the canon ones, don't really extend the plot, some really don't do anything at all, so their importance is low, but their entertainment is high. And with only a 1 to 5 point system, certain aspects would hurt episodes worse and make them sound like they're complete and utter garbage, whereas with a 5-point system, it actually bases it out and shows the quality of the episodes in the layered format. So look forward to that. I think we're ready to jump on in, so hit that like button, subscribe button, comment down below. Do you want to see us tackle more Precures? Do you want us to see us tackle the next season of Precure as it comes out? It might be a bit tricky, but we're willing to give it a shot if you guys are down. So comment down below and let us know.
But for now, Gal, Paper, Unify, and let's get into it.
Yes, let's.
If you can't tell, we are fans of all different types of Magical Girl and Magical Boy series.
It's time to get into this.
You better pay.
Pop up. What?
And here we go.
Did anyone else see that, or am I just crazy?
Well, we the audience saw it, but I don't know about them.
ひょっとすると父さんが生まれた時から変わってないかもしれない。舞は覚えているかい？
もちろん。懐かしいわ。
舞。
ほら、あれ
What's she about to say? Oh, I guess that was
3, 2, Girl, where were you pitching?
Good question.
apparently too far out. Oh, that's more crazy. Okay, going Super Saiyan.
Hey, they're both owned by Toy.
Great.
Hey, still better relationship than nipple and nipple.
True.
一段落ついたところでお茶にしましょうか。
Both Pokemon games.
ちょっと出かけてくる。どこに行くの？すぐ戻るから。
But they were not wrong. That is the most.
Well, it's funny, like, someone actually did a video that so many Pokemon characters are not from their initial regions.
You
Yeah,
are
that-
right.
Yeah, that definitely goes for Lola, while Hoenn definitely starts in a moving truck. The character is from Hoenn, as evidence from the father being the Pelberg gym leader.
Yeah, but they moved from a different town altogether. Or at least from somewhere completely different. Like, as far as I can remember, it always just felt like whenever you started a Pokemon game, you were always starting somewhere
Okay.
else.
May/Brendan are Hoenn natives in Johto, Elio, Celine, Kanto natives in Alola, Kabu from Hoenn and Galar, or diverse backgrounds. Obviously, Reki, Akari from Legends Arceus, Callum, Serena, XY, the origin region is unknown, but they moved to Kalos. Kabu, Galar, a gym leader who hails from the Hoenn region. Bea, a fighting type specialist. Clay, a miner who originates from the Sinnoh region. Professor Leventon, Hisui is from the Galar region. Penny, Galar trainer and Team Star member who is from Galar but travels to Paldea. But yeah, sorry for the random tangent. It's just interesting to find out. And the actual video I saw on YouTube actually goes into way more in-depth. Had to do my best with a quick Google search, but yeah.
Works to work.
Yes, indeed. Actually, as long as we're paused here, wanna give a quick 1 to 5 rating for the Splash Star opening? It just occurred to me that we never did that for our Precure openings reaction.
Fair enough. Honestly, the animation is solid. I really like the beat of it. Like, it's something I could listen to in my off time, and the opening doesn't really give any away. It's not a spoilery opening, so you know what? I'll give it a 5 out of 5.
Yep, it really just shows like the characters utilizing their abilities and fighting off what can already be assumed to be one of the enemies. We don't get too into who's doing what, how they're fighting, what their powers or abilities are. We're just getting right into the thick of things.
And something I definitely like about Precure is that they are not afraid to throw hands. In Sailor Moon, they typically keep things very limited in the original series. And I understand why, because for the most part, a lot of them are just like regular girls without any like martial arts training. That's why like Jupiter is the one that is typically shown to throw hands, is because she actually is a fighter. The other thing is reusable animation. They can't really throw them throwing hands because every time they do that, it costs money. So they keep them at a distance, making them dodge, making them avoid attacks, because that's easier to animate than it is to actually having them, you know,
Straight up throw
punching
hands,
shit.
fight.
Yeah.
I was gonna say throw a sucker punch, but that works too.
And it's funny because their attacks are all stock footage. Like once they animate it one time, they reuse it. And Precure does the same thing, but they actually do attribute their budget to actually having their characters throw a punch, throw a kick, and actually will like engage. Whether or not how effective that is varies between the power level of the monster, where the cure is at, or in the story, etc. But it's something I do appreciate, and I know and I believe in Crystal they actually do show them fighting a bit more effectively. But yeah, like something I do give like a point to like Miraculous is that they will actually show the characters fighting, though with the animation style it's a bit more easier to do what they're doing than with hand-drawn animation, because with hand-drawn you have to do every bit. One of the best series this year that actually shows characters like throwing hands, check out May I Ask for One Final Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to see a main heroine throw them hands and do it while looking so good too, trust me, May I Ask for One Final Thing is the anime for you. I got one of my friends interested on it when we were out at dinner one night. He had asked me what it was I was watching. I showed him a clip. He was immediately on it.
Yeah, not sure when this video will go up, but we have a couple of reaction videos pertaining to that series. And honestly, given the carnage, it's amazing there isn't more blood loss. So, like, I kid you not, when it comes to Soul Eater, there's more blood loss outside of battle than there is in.
Irony.
But before we get too off track, I'm gonna give the Splash Star opening 5 out of 5 for myself.
Fair enough.
Same.
ないの
Gal, by any chance, do you know how to do those like tier list videos where they have like the SA, all that down one side, and you like take the clip of the opening and like space them out like that?
I've got a general idea as to how we go about it. I'm just right to it.
Yeah, that's not something like you really have to worry about. I was just curious because like I've seen people do opening reactions, give their thoughts on the openings, but then like later on down the road they'll like actually break it down into like tier lists. I think some of the PokeTubers are doing tier lists of the Pokemon Megas right now.
Yeah.
And I was just curious if that was possible in our future to be able to do.
Oh yeah. Dragon and I would probably just need to find a website that can do the tier list and have our ring recorders going as we go through everything.
Fair enough.
I'm sure we can pull it
Alright.
off.
Oh yeah, the setup for those kinds of videos is pretty easy in my head. Just gotta do the right setup first.
本当にここはさわさわって気持ちいいよね。大丈夫？
Chew and swallow.
めったにないから。
Yeah, don't choke. So fuck me, that's first.
あなた。
Oh Lord, here we go.
なんなの？
What the hell?
隕石かしら。失敗したら。
Well, it's not.
Well, Lappy, there are worse ways to land.
チャッピの着地失敗チャッピ。
Case in point.
Good.
ぬいぐるみじゃないよ
Good
ね。
lord, that blush.
生き物みたいね。手あったわね。何？今度は踊ってる。何なの一体？泉の里からやってきた花の精フライクランディ。チャッピー。鳥の精。チャッピチャッピ。鳥の精？花の精ってわけわかんない。
require your assistance, dear girls.
What was that theme? I didn't quite catch that.
I said they require your assistance, dear girls.
ここにいた。あ、みのり、シュミ。どうしたのみのり？私を探してたの？母さんが配達してって。また車が動かなくなっちゃったの。また？それどころじゃないのよ。新種の生き物を発見したの。ほら。何もいないよ。あれ？
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby.
欲しいの。
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
早く行こうよ。わかった。じゃあ私行かなきゃ。じゃあね。
No, good grief.
おかしいの。何見たんだよ。姉ちゃん、ブス誰？そういえばあの子って。もしかして前にどこか。
Yeah, just a quick pause, folks. I actually, well, as you could probably tell since this video is technically a retrospective, I actually showed Fame and Paper the series a while back, and because I was showing them the OG series and Fresh at the same time, I can't remember which one of them, but they thought that these two were actually reincarnations of the OG two.
Can you blame us?
It's an easy assumption to make.
Okay, honestly, fair, but because I had seen the crossovers beforehand, yeah, I can certainly see how that assumption could be made.
おかえり。
ねえお父さん、新しい車買おう
Here we
よ。
go.
まあそう言うな。あの車とは長い付き合いなんだし、立派な家族の一員だろ。それに、
すべてのものに命が宿ってる。
まあそういうことだ。
はい。これ、坂の上の鈴木さんちのおばあさんに届けてあげて。うん、わかった。ごめん、ちょっと手が離せなくって。まあ、しょうがないよね。行ってきます。この声はまさか。早くチョッピのところに行くらっぴ。携帯？なんでこんなものが入ってたの？あの声。あんたは。楽しいクラッピラピ。そんな、まさかポケットの中に入ってたなんて。でも、どうして携帯みたいになってるの？チョッピたち、君の里の精霊は。
Magic.
人は見つからないように、その時代に合わせて。一番自然なものに姿を変えられるらしい。そんなことより、あいつら
And
が
as a reminder, folks, or for those of you who are just now discovering the Breaker franchise on our channel, this season aired back in 2006.
これってさっきの？早くチョッピのところへ行くらしい。さすがなのよ。
Run, Chica, run.
トネリコの森、大空の木のところでしょ。あなたはさっきずっとここにいたんだ。そう、さっきあなたに会った時からずっと気になってたことがあって。私もずっと気になってた。私たち前にどこかで会ってるよね。やっぱりそうだよね。どこで会ったっけ？もう少しで思い出せそうなんだけど。
Oh, good grief.
まだ思い出せないチョッピ。あ、そっちもポケットに入ってたの？元に戻った。思い出すなんて5年前ラビー。5年前？
Sweetie, I don't remember what happened yesterday. You expecting them to remember 5 years ago?
You asking for too much, buddy boy.
Yeah, I can barely remember the names of any given Power Rangers season these days.
Especially now, because, good lord, there's so many Dino ones. Dino Thunder, Dino Charger, Dino... That and
Not to mention, we're aware of the Super Sentai, so that makes it even harder.
And that is topical because Precure, Sentai, and Kamen Rider are beautifully and strangely interconnected.
Well, it's not a stretch by the imagination to say that Super Sentai and Kamen Rider are brothers, since they were both created by the same person. You could even argue Precure is the younger stepsister.
That guy just called his little sister straight up.
True.
Oh, they're remembering?
The power of flashback.
Oh boy. Maybe kill a time.
Yeah, to me, this transformation sequence, or rather what it took for them to transform, it always struck me as overly complicated.
What the wooden
Yeah.
What we're gonna do? Ladies, while I enjoy the pain of others, this is kind of sad. Could we see you two transform already? Quick. Ladies, we can use a transformation.
これ以上遅くね。急ぐ準備。変身するラッピー。どうすればいいの？プリキュアダイヤを使うラッピー。それってさっきのソラピー。
Yeah, this does seem like overly complicated.
I got to do so much just to transform.
Yeah, especially compared to the pair that came right before them, and spoilers, they give more simpler transformation devices later on in the series.
Stand by this. Ocean gets shifted. Yeah, it's like Gal can testify. It's like I legit thought the ocean would be like the third pre-cure, but this was still in the era where it's two. If there is a third, they're not technically a cure type of nonsense like it was back in the OG one.
I do enjoy a good translation, though. It's super fried. And here comes the problem with first information.
安心してこの枯れ川さんお前らごときの相手はこいつで十分
Burn, burn, burn.
One more time, Fame?
Good lord, that chin.
Do I even need to say what that chin looks like?
Even I was saying it, it's like, good lord, that chin.
Yeah, I see it, Fame, but I don't feel like saying it on the mic.
I remember, both have like their own distinct abilities.
One more time, Fame? I didn't quite catch that.
Don't they all have their own distinct abilities?
For the most part, yeah, but this was still in its early era, so where they literally couldn't do anything without the other. Granted, they could do these shields on them at least.
Fair.
But outside of throwing hands, they don't really have anything.
Yeah, we rarely see individual attacks until the following
Of course. I'm your finisher, your rider's kick.
Or rather give the franchise Moon Tiara magic.
とりあえずやってみる。
Yeah, more than always.
大地の精霊よ、大空の精霊よ。今プリキュアと共に奇跡の力を解き放て。プリキュアスイートリームフラッシュ。
Elbow.
囚われていた木の精霊たちが解放されたらって。
Or in other words, repent, mother.
Or in another phrasal word, paper, repent or perish.
あ、何か落ちてくる。奇跡の雫ラッピー。奇跡の雫。海を取り戻ったり必要なものちょっぴ。全然理解できない。君たちプリキュアは泉の里と緑の里を唯一救うことができる。
Maybe start from the beginning.
よろしくラッピー。
Of course, they can never just talk normal.
I got a way to make him talk normal. Where the heck is my camera?
この名前聞くのは
Fame? No.
龍が
What? We want answers? I know how to get
ぼーっ
answers.
としてんじゃないぞ。どうしたのさっき。春休みボケ。いや別に。
Oh, right. Just remember. Folks, see this kid with the blue hair?
Yes.
He's voiced by Naruto.
Eh,
Refresh my memory, when did the Naruto anime start airing?
The Naruto anime came out October 3rd of 2002.
indeed.
Okay, so the VA already had Naruto going on while they did this minor character. Although, I don't know what was going on with the Naruto from 2007 to 2009. I'm guessing that was around the time Shippuden was
Yes,
airing,
it was.
but-
Shippuden
but-
came out 2007.
Well, here's a story idea you guys can fill around with. Naruto as a Precure, because in Precure 5, the voice actor went on to play Cure Rouge.
Ain't that something?
So would they be Cure Fox or Cure Ramen?
Or Cure Orange.
I mean, given the fact that there are color cures.
Not many, though, outside the OG2.
Yeah. And good lord, don't get me started on how Cure Black and Cure White were not considered black and white cures for a time, or how they're still not. However it is, honestly, I went down that rabbit hole once before. Not get into it now.
From what I understand, Pokemon official colors are even worse.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not touching that either.
新学期早々ぼーっとしてんじゃないぞ。どうしたのさっき。春休みボケ。いや別に。ホームルームの前に転校生を紹介します。衣装ないです。ああ、私。はあ、あなたは昨日の。私、ユウがさっき。よろしく。こちらこそよろしく。
Well, that was something.
quick rating for this CD?
You know what? It was nice. It had a bop, and again, didn't really spoil anything. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I'll definitely say this, I absolutely like it more than the OG's ending. Not because of like the music necessarily was bad, it's like, y'all go back and watch the OG's lyrics. Read them. Look what they're saying in this song.
Yeah,
It
more than
just
fair.
it sums up part of why I dislike the OG season. Not for like overall quality, just how the main character acts and behaves. For a bit of backstory, a lot of people I've seen moan about Serena because she's a crybaby, and some people critique it in a very respectful and analytical way. Some people just go too far with it, and it's just like, it always like bothered me because, you know, yeah, she's a normal middle school girl and she's being flung into danger, but, you know, at the end of the day, she still lives her life, does her stuff, and when trouble shows up, she will fight. She would prefer that all this wacky shit wasn't happening. That's completely relatable. Like, yeah, for a lot of shonen boys, like, the idea of fighting monsters and kicking ass and having the powers to kick ass sounds great. But for someone that's just trying to make it through life, and then not only that, they have to put their lives on the line to save the world, like, I get it. But even then, there's like a situation with like the first Precure that like really bothered me. I'm not going to dive too deep into here. We'll save it for if we actually tackle that retrospective. And you want to find out my full rage, support our Patreon, our Substar, or our Ko-fi, and make the first season Precure retrospective happen.
We may do a retrospective of the first 2 episodes just to give you a little taste of what to expect, but anything beyond that, you're definitely gonna have to pay.
But you'll still enjoy it nonetheless because you get to see us rage.
Not that it takes so much for you to rage, Fame.
Maybe, but at the same time, it's never really my true anger that comes through. It's more like small little things.
Fair enough.
But ratings for the episode.
I give it a 5.
So I'll start things off. Animation, obviously Precure animation. They did a beautiful job with the transformations, the opening, the ending. So I'll give it a 5 out of 5 for animation. Characters, I really enjoy both the Precure characters this season. We haven't got, it's episode 1, so it's not like we get like a deep dive of their characters yet, but they're likable, and even the fairies, while we kind of get glimpses into their overall personalities, it still means a lot more that it's like, okay, these girls are freaked out, they don't know what's going on. It's like, okay, you're not handling this, he's gonna kill you, run, we'll try and hold him off. And, you know, much like Piximon fighting the Dark Masters, that was not gonna go well. He still did, though. So, characters, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Everyone seems pretty likable, nice, simple, nothing too cringy or crazy. Plot, obviously, everything is set up really nicely. The fairies are kind of like not explaining things very well on a couple of key points. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 for plot. Importance, obviously, it's the first episode. If you skip the first episode, that's kind of important. So 5 out of 5. Entertainment, I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
5 for me as well. Also, just a quick joke, if you skip the first episode, why the are you watching that show?
So a total score for this episode for me is 23 out of 25.
Oh, sorry, I should clarify. The 5's across the board for me, so a full 25. So you boys are ready to tackle episode 2?
Let's do it to it.
Obviously, we'll skip the preview for episode 2 since we'll be jumping right into it.
Yep.
私、日向咲、中学2年生。絶好調な春休みを送ってた時、不思議な出会いがあったの。そして、海の外から来たちっちゃな2人。
Okay, I'm gonna knock him a point for this.
変な奴らに襲われて、気づいたら私たち、プリキュアとかっていうのに変身しちゃってた。一体何がどうなってんの？
I know, but if you, Pause a second. Look, I'm sorry. I grew up in the era of watching stuff week to week. You know what I did if like stuff dropped on like a Saturday morning cartoon, and I know with anime they all have their individual specific days, but you know what I mean? So if this was like a Saturday morning cartoon, I would go back and watch the previous episode the day before or the morning of, or right before the next episode, unless, you know, there's an anime block lineup. So then again, day before. So I would have the episode fresh in my mind when I was going into the next episode. Maybe that's just me, but I actually do miss the days of you watch something on Saturday, you talk about it either at school, with your friends, online for the whole week, getting the hype of the next episode before you dive into the next episode. You watch it and then you do it all over again. Nowadays, people will watch a full season of stuff and talk about a season, and then they have to wait months before the next season comes.
If they're lucky.
Yeah, if they're lucky. That's how hype dies for so many series. And like, that's why I kind of understand why binge culture has hurt shows, because they're either designed for you to binge them, and also just an FYI, when it comes to like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and binging stuff, I cannot stress enough that will ruin your attention span. Pace yourself. I can't stress that enough. Please protect your own attention span. If you're gonna do shorts, like do it like 5 minutes a day, or 5 minutes every couple of hours. You need to be able to keep your attention span. Protect it, because good lord, patience is a virtue, and it's a virtue that struggles to no end. But I understand, like with us, when we watch anime week to week, we juggle so many anime, but we're still hyped for the next episode of such and such. We're still hyped for the next episode of Digimon Beat Break. We're still hyped for the next episode of May I Ask for One Final Thing, and so on and so forth. But like nowadays, like, yeah, we're all busy, so we don't always watch the next episode, but we talk about it. We hype it up, talking with friends, so we're still ready and it's still fresh in our mind for the next one. Yes, this is back in the day, but you know how we were just going off of like, well, why would you skip the first episode? It's like the animator's like, well, just in case someone skipped the first episode, here's a quick recap of what happened in the first episode for those that missed it.
Yeah, actually, it's just now occurring to me that in every episode of at least the original Precure, Nagisa actually does a quick recap in her mind as to what happened in the last episode.
But those of you who have watched like the Nostalgia Critic, Doug Walker mentioned how like in the Pokemon movie there wasn't a lot of like information given in it, but really very much, especially like the first movie, it was tied into the series. Pokemon, the first movie, was literally dedicated to the fans of Pokemon. That wasn't a movie to watch to get into Pokemon. That movie was for the fans of, you've watched the last 50-some dang episodes. You know what Pokemon is, you know what it's about, you know who Ash, Misty, and Brock are, you know who Team Rocket are. We're not gonna spend time explaining nothing. You know, you're here, we know what you want, let's watch Mewtwo wreck some. That's basically what it was. Because in Pokemon 2000, they actually did give a breakdown of whatever. Because some people are confused. But for me, I just kind of see it as that, and if it happens more in other episodes, fine, it's neither here nor there. It is kind of funny to me, because especially like for those of you who watch One Piece and watch One Piece week to week, they do really long recaps, especially in the later seasons, and it's sad because I kid you not, on the One Piece DVDs that Funimation produces, there is a Voyage feature that skips both the opening, the ending, and the recap. It's like even they know, it's just like, here, if you want to binge, here's the Voyage option.
Okay, the recap, I get, but why the opening and ending?
Some people enjoy the opening and ending, yeah, but sometimes they get so hooked into the show that they just want to skip over the opening and the ending and get right back into the action.
And I think a lot of studios notice that people do that. That's why they put scenes either mid-credit or after-credit. It's to punish the people that try and skip, because it's like, oh, you missed this little tidbit, this little bit of information, this little extra bits and bobs and bobbles, well, you shouldn't have skipped the ending then. You watch it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
But we can get
That's
back
why they
to
do
it.
that.
Oh, Lord.
よしときめく力は任せなさいスラッシュダウン
Oh,
Oh boy.
that little fairy being horny on Maine is a running gag that just never sat well with Maine.
おかえりなさいませカレハー殿貴殿のことですからあのような精霊にぐらい簡単にお捕まえになったことですよおって手ぶらですか
He's such a shady little bugger.
ただいま戻りました悪大か
カレハー太陽の泉のありかは分かった
申し訳ありませんもう少しのところ邪魔なようです
何者だ伝説の戦士フリク風の噂で2人の戦士の伝説を聞いたことがございます古来より我々が緑の里を征服せんとするとき必ずや現れるという2人の戦士精霊と共に放つ強力なそのパワーは計り知れないというそのように聞き及んでおります
伝説の戦士プリキュアあ2人
カレハー邪魔者を追い払い太陽の泉を探し出すはっ
なんとか歓迎会は嵐の予感よーしおしまいおしまいねえひとみ言うぞ明日うちのお店で歓迎会やらないああミショーさんのおういいねやろうやろう何よケンあんたも来るの
Leonardo.
まあいいわというわけでミショーさん
I was about to ask if you guys heard it.
ミショーさんは
Oh, yeah, I hear it.
Man had to be doing something between seasons.
私たちいきなり変身しちゃってさまるで夢みたいあの変なやつも何だったんだろうなあいつはカルハンラッピーうわびっくりダークフォールの一人ラッピーダークフォール一人っていうことはまだ他にもいるのいるチョミラッピーとっても怖いやつばっかりチョミ奴らだけじゃないラッピーさらに恐ろしいダークフォールの支配者悪大カーンがいるラッピーなんなの突然悪大カーン悪大カーンは世界樹という木を狙ってるチョピ世界樹全ての世界の命を司っている尊い大樹ラピ世界樹は7つの泉によって命を与えられているラピでも悪大カーンによって6つの泉を奪われてしまってチョピそして最後に太陽の泉も奪おうとしているチョピ太陽の泉を奪われたら大変なことになるラピだから一緒に戦ってほしいラピどうしてチョピ話がぶっ飛んでてなんて言ったらいいのか
Not like it was hard to follow.
中学生よ大丈夫
Not really.
二人はプリキュアラピだから
You're junior high, not preschool. Come on now.
あー忘れてた歓迎会ただいまコロネ
Well, she has her
お父さん
priorities.
おやつおー焼きたてチョココロネおー焼きたてチョココロネいただきますお腹すいたラッピーすいたラッピーなんでもないラッピー私ちょっと用事思い出したからじゃあ
Grab the bread.
Yeesh.
Remember, kids, say please and thank you. Okay then.
I stand by my I stand by my overcomplicated statement from earlier about these devices for this part of the series.
Yeah, it's the double token. I mean, you could just do one token, spin it, they transform. Simple, easy peasy. Token. Like, the double just seems like weirdly extra. Definitely hear the Naruto when he pitches.
Oh, extremely.
Thankfully for them, they didn't have to collect that many marbles.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, a lot of Precure seasons give them a MacGuffin to hunt down. Sometimes it's more relevant than others.
And sometimes they're kept a better track than others.
Yep. For those of you who also don't know, for example, one of my favorite things in like Kamen Rider, especially Kamen Rider O's, was there were greed medals. There was a set number of each of them, but they exchanged hands. Sometimes the rider had some, sometimes the enemy had some, and sometimes like a third party had some. It alternated, but Kamen Rider usually is very good at keeping track of their MacGuffins.
Yeah, Precure definitely has its own moments. So, like for this season, for each of the fountains, they've got to collect 7 of the gumdrops. So for Smile Precure, they have to collect a specific number of ribbons, and they, well, not really ribbons, that's more Idle Precure's thing, just a MacGuffin, and they keep a clear track of how many smile. However, with the idle precure, they really don't, but that's a discussion for another day. Been there, done that.
That's called the zone, sweetie.
That's a lot. Damn, it's alone, alright.
There have been a few times I've gotten into the zone, I've forgotten to eat. But hey, I got a lot done that day, so whatever works. Frankly, I'd rather be in the zone than getting interrupted every other hour.
Well, that's something.
太陽の泉はどこだ。ならば地下の服で引き出すまで。
Oh, good grief.
I'm sorry, but you missed. How could you miss? They were right there in front of you.
The fact that you still have your fairies already proved that.
Frog hop, bunny hop. Ooh! Magical
伝説の
impact.
戦士というから警戒した。その程度。意識の精霊を渡せ。そうすればお前たちは見逃している。
あんたの言うことなんか聞かないもんね。いいだ。
緑の里を救うために命を投げ打つというわけ。
いきなりそんなこと言われてもよくわかんないわよ。
ならばなぜ戦う。
あんたが集まったからに決まってるでしょ。前の歓迎会をよくもめちゃくちゃにしてくれたわね。絶対に許さないんだから。
ならば俺も歓迎してやる。
意識を手に集中するラッピー。なんで？いいから早く。こう
ち上がるものか巨体
You don't know this franchise very well, do we?
No, he does not. You're superheroes now, sweetie.
でもどうやって？今度は足に意識を集中するラッピー。それって今度は足に一気に飛ぶラッピー。よし。
And here comes the flight problem.
Precure blasting off again.
You. The monster of the week.
じゃあどうするの？精霊の力が守ってくれるラッピー。本当でしょうね。
I think better monsters of the week. Now, kids are saying, oh, the week.
あっけないな伝説の戦士。覚悟しろ。なんだ貴様、かばい立てする気か。
前の歓迎会をよくもめちゃくちゃにしてくれたわね。絶対に許さないんだから。
ならばお前から消えろ。
絶対に許さない。
Okay, fine, okay. Start from ninja running.
すごい。イーグレット。イーグレット。セレーヌ、大丈夫？今のピー、精霊の力を呼び起こすラッピー。大地の精霊よ、大空の精霊。今、プリキュアと共に奇跡の力を解き放て。プリキュアスイートリームブレイク。
They did it! They killed the tree already. He's hurting my eye. He's
Not
gonna
quite
front.
yet.
He's gonna front to nature.
Ironton.
Technically, Fame, all the generals this season are.
I stand by what I said.
Just thought you were referring to this general in particular.
Looks like the tree. Not better for me.
続くわけ？大丈夫。
I already know they're always
二人一緒
working.
ならきっと大丈夫。そんな気がする。これからよろしくね。ああ、こちらこそよろしく。マイ。
Aw. Already on a first name basis.
ねえ、やっぱいらっしゃいって変じゃない？なんで？私たちの町へいらっしゃい。
He's trying to put me in the head run.
Switch it!
ことは早く言え。一個じゃ足りないだろう。じゃないよ。このおっちょこちょいが。
Well, we saw that coming.
Girl! You're gonna have to cut those cake slices into very thin slices.
Like paper thin.
I hate that so much.
I do not try to understand the nut job.
Be here all day.
スパッと投げてカキーンと打ってダーッと走る。気合入ってるね。相手の優勝候補だけどなんとかなる。じゃあ調子は絶好調。今なら屋根もウザイナーでも持ってこいって感じ。さっき噂をすればマジですか。なるよプリキュアスプラッシュスター。真っ向勝負君こそエースだ。ぶっちゃけはっちゃけときめきパワーで絶好調。
Oh, goodness. Okay, before we get into ratings, Fame, is the Tree General better or worse than the 3 trio of idiots from Precure Suite that sing off tune?
I find him more intimidating than the 3 singing stooges.
Fair enough. So, ratings, animation, I think it's still very much on point. I like the little touches, like the facial expressions. Those are really small details, but really shows the care in the animation. So, I'm going to give animation 5 out of 5. For character, it's going to be 5 out of 5 this time because we actually got insight into the general, kind of how the hierarchy works. We saw the big boss in shadow form, his little
Lackey.
finster of a minion, lackey, yes. We got to see a bit into the characters. The plot has moved on slowly, where the characters are getting introduced to each other. They had a welcome party, which is always really sweet. Obviously, in real life, when someone moves, usually people don't go out of their way to do that, which is kind of sad in its own right. But for plot, honestly, nothing too crazy. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Importance, also we're going to keep it going with a 5 out of 5 because second episode is clearly important. Plot, we're getting introduced to the general, the characters, even seeing how the fairies eat. Small things, but it's still important in the long run if you had those questions. Entertainment, I will give it a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it for the most part. Once again, for me, it's going to be a 23 out of 25.
I'm with the paper on this one across the board. Honestly, was the joke about Donkey accidentally inviting the entire class really all that necessary?
I mean, if it works, it works. If it works, a slappy squirrel. Now that's comedy.
I mean, it could have been worse. I remember an episode of Golden Girls where Blanche apparently had 2 address books, and she was supposed to plan a party for Blanche, and one was her actual address book of her company relations, her friends, her family. The other was a little black book, which apparently consisted of all of her conquests, but not just conquests of mediocre ability. These would be the S and A rank ones. So the hottest, the most skilled, cha-cha-cha, all that. So Rose called every single one of Blanche's heavy hitters to her birthday party.
Yeah, that was a thing.
The joke does certainly work. It's just kind of sad. Like, my only real knock against it is because it kind of, for those of you who don't know, in a lot of Precure, the main Precure is kind of treated as the air quotes stupid one. It's like, they're not too smart, but you know what? They have such a gosh darn good heart. And I know this is very early on, so this is like when the trope first kind of started, but I'm sorry, I was never a fan of this trope. I really don't like this trope. I'm not gonna condone this trope.
Yeah, and the trope lasted for a while. I think Heartcatcher Precure was the first season to break said trope.
And you can still see sprinkles of the trope because good lord and Cure Wonderful, the sheer amount of times the dog kept talking in front of normal people.
My big pet peeve, when the animal mascot doesn't know when to shut
Yeah, there's a lot of fairies that have no self-preservation whatsoever.
I can teach them self-preservation.
Bame? No, they still are needed in their respective timelines.
I never said I was gonna kill them outright. I said I was gonna teach them self-preservation.
Yes, but I know how you can be.
Well, like Jafar said, you'd be surprised what you can live through.
See? Paper gets it.
Vane,
Yes, but
go ahead and give your ratings.
I'm gonna agree with Gal and Paper on this one. 23. It was really good. Like, yeah, it got some moments where I was crunching at my teeth, but it was still pretty good nonetheless.
Vane gave his thoughts on the Plant General. I'll give mine. I actually do like the Plant General. I like plant magic, typically. And as far as design goes, I don't really dislike any of the villain general designs. I think they're all unique and interesting in their own way. And, like, if anything, I just kind of, like, spoilers, because obviously we've seen the entire series. When he comes back, spoilers, obviously, he shows more of his plant powers. In this, like, he's not really showing off much of his magic. And I know the other generals, like, do show off their abilities more than him. If there was, like, a knock I would give him at all, is that he didn't really get to use his powers in the early episodes. Because, you know, there's two of them, him and his monster. You would think he would tag team them both, but I guess, like, frankly, if he did that, he would win. Because the girls are too inexperienced to handle the monster alone, let alone the monster and him. Forgive me, we've been watching the Sentai that was used to create the Dino Charge series of Power Rangers, and literally every single one of the generals is strong enough to throw hands and actually will fight alongside the monster that they send. Like, good lord, we saw Joy fight for the first time, and she knocked the powers right out of the Red Ranger with one attack.
And she's an X-wielder, folks.
Yeah, she was very powerful. And even the Sadness one was shown to, like, oh yeah, like, yeah, he's Sadness, he cries, but no, he'll throw hands.
But yeah, I gotta say, I am still surprised at how much downcharge cut from Kyoryuger.
Yeah, trust me, they always do that.
Like, the whole draining of the Zords, the personality bit, I'm unfortunately kind of used to at this point. But one shocking point that stood out to me, and I'm still shocked about this. These two were shocked to see, pun somewhat intended, to see the Six Rangers solo Megazord.
Yeah, because that never showed up.
Well, because certain fights were cut. So it's just like, they wouldn't use the Megazord if the fight was cut.
That's true, because, like, Power Rangers had more along the lines of utilizing more untransformed fights than having them be spending most of their time being transformed, sadly.
Which is ironic, because during the Disney era, they toned down a lot of the plans for the untransformed fights because they didn't want to give them a proper budget, and they're like, well, we run into an issue. It's like, just use more stock footage.
If memory serves, after a certain point during the Disney era, and I can't believe I didn't notice it, they'd drag out fights a bit. They would show a scene, then replay it, zoomed in, and going a little bit slower. I know there's a term for that kind of scene, I just can't recall what it is at this particular moment.
Is that technically slow motion replay, or?
Maybe not total slow-mo, but definitely a little bit slower than what the initial scene before it was.
Heck, we legit have been watching the Sentai that was used into, what was it, Jungle Fury with Camille? Was Jungle Fury Camille?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Camille is a hack compared to her Sentai counterpart. She got shafted so much.
Yeah, her Sentai counterpart is a lot more of a threat. Like, Camille, honey, I liked you in Jungle Fury, but your Super Sentai counterpart blows you out of the water and makes you irrelevant.
Yeah, while they're currently watching Geki Ranger, I still sadly haven't gotten around to it.
Well, there you go. Maybe you guys can request us to tackle a Geki Ranger retrospective with Gal.
Yeah, that's certainly something I'd be up for.
But we hope you've enjoyed us tackling the Precure retrospective of Splash Star. Honestly, I'm down for going on this journey again. Splash Star was an interesting ride. I'm looking forward to all the twists and turns as I've been expanding on my Precure lore. It's kind of interesting to see what came after, what came before, and what kind of stemmed from this. But until next time, ciao everybody.
So long, peeps. Sayonara, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen.
Later on.